Hello, we want to welcome everyone to this year's annual 2022 Beehive Annual Meeting. We thank you for those that are watching and those that are here attending. We're sorry to say we're not in person again this year because we made this decision to have this online when the COVID rates were really high a couple months ago. But that's the decision we made, and we hope that we'll change things in the future. We want to announce that Tim Kershaw said our invocation before we started. I now call the 61st Annual Business Meeting of the Beehive Federal Credit Union to order. We've appointed Matt Nielsen as our parliamentarian for tonight's business meeting. First, we'd like to have Bonnie Peterson, our board secretary, is certain that we do have a quorum present.
I verify that we have a quorum present.
Thank you. There'll be several motions that will be made tonight. If I would ask if you would please state your name before you make the motion or the second, so that we can repeat that and that we'll have the accurate minutes when that happens. And so that's our first order of business, is the minutes from the 2021 annual meeting have been provided for those that are in attendance. I would entertain a motion from the floor to approve these minutes.
Brent Bean, and I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Brent Bean made the motion to approve. Is there a second? Joshua Holt with a second. Is there any discussion about the minutes? All in favor, just raise your hand. Is there any opposed? Thank you. We'll go through our reports of our annual meeting. We'll first hear from Grant Johnson, our treasurer. He'll give the treasurer's report. It will be followed by Doug Thompson. Will give the supervisory committee report. Following Doug, I will give the board's report, and then following me, we'll hear from our president, Craig Gummel.
I'd like to begin by saying thank you for your membership in Beehive Federal Credit Union. Here are a few highlights of our success in 2021. 2021 was a year of good growth. Loans to members increased by $59 million, an annual increase of 25%, and our largest single-year increase in the history of the credit union. Member deposits increased by $106 million, or 30%, also our largest single yearly increase. Due to this unprecedented growth, we ended up the year with $499.7 million in assets. Even with the unprecedented asset growth, earnings were strong enough to generate 0.81% return on the assets. That's a capital ratio of 7.9%. Capital ratio represents the safety net that is there to protect the members of the credit union. And it is, if our percentage, generally 7% is a good percentage, we have been over that 7% for the last 17 years. They say there was a man that went into his bank and he asked his bank, he said, I'm paying you 8% interest on my loan, and you're paying me 1% interest on my savings. I see that as a conflict of interest. Have you noticed all of the credit unions that are popping up these days? Well, we've noticed that also. And what has that done to our membership? 1,962 new members joined this year in 2021, represented a 6% increase. We have enjoyed the average membership growth of 6.1% over the last 10 years. Each of our 5 branches has shown a growth rate in 2021. We know where that comes from, and we appreciate your membership. We do all that we can to help you as members of the Beehive Federal Credit Union. Thank you.
Beehive Federal Credit Union Supervisory Committee Annual Report, March 17th, 2022. The Supervisory Committee oversees the audits to ensure compliance is adhered to with governing laws, regulations, and policies established by the Board of Directors. The committee's highest priority is to ensure members' assets are protected and safe through these audits. With the help of our accounting department and compliance officer, we also perform regular internal audits to review procedures regarding day-to-day activities with a verbal report of the results presented to the board. This past year, we contracted with the CPA firm of Rudd & Company for our annual agreed-upon procedures audit for the financial activities of the previous 12 months. The audit was conducted in November with minimal findings. The committee, along with the management team, have reviewed the reports from these activities and addressed all issues. We, the Supervisory Committee, appreciate your continued confidence in our oversight role. We also appreciate the support and cooperation we receive from the Board of Directors, management, and employees. It is our privilege to serve you. We are happy to conclude by stating that we are confident that adequate controls are in place and that operations are sound. Committee members Doug Thompson, Matt Nelson, Blake Johnson, Josh Holt, and Robin Dunlap.
Thank you. There's a big change that took place this year. Everyone may or may not know that Shane Berger retired after 37 years of faithful service to the credit union. One of the things that Shane did was to install within the credit union a culture that we have here. And it's a culture, it's the soul of Beehive. It's the way we do business, the way we treat our members. And we thank Shane for doing that. And I want you to know that it still carries on today. We've also had an opportunity to honor Shane by his services by renaming this building the Shane B. Berger Administration Building. And I think when the weather gets nicer, we'll have a plaque put on the building in the front. Just to let you know how the organization is, we're a little bit organized like the government, the U.S. government, with a few differences. We have the Supervisory Committee would probably be our judiciary branch. Our management team would be the executive branch. The board would be the legislative branch. The only difference is that we all work in unison, and that the other difference is that the Supervisory Committee and the CEO report directly to the board. And we want you to know that we have full confidence in our management team that we have at this time. As you heard from Grant, we are in good financial standing. We're just over $500 million in assets. That's $100 million asset growth in 1 year. And that's when we were only going up $2 or $3 or $4 or $5, $20,000 a year 6 years ago. That's a big difference. We now have 34,600 members. That has doubled from what it was 6 years ago. And now we're able to operate throughout the United States. We have a charter to do so. And that's very important for those of you that need to do it with mobile banking and be able to feel like you can still get the same service that you do here. We would encourage all of our members to take advantage of the services that we offer. We know that some of you have one or two services, but there are a lot of things out there that you can utilize to help you in your banking and financial needs. Just to name a couple, we'd encourage you to take a look at Zelle for person-to-person. That's a banking. That's a adversary with Venmo. And I can guarantee if you use Zelle once, you won't use Venmo anymore. It's so easy to use. Look at our loans and the promotions that we have going right now. And in southeastern Idaho, we have a lot of discounts from various merchants. We encourage you to take advantage of those. Take advantage of our investments department. And if you want to do differently than you do with your own 401ks. Shared branching for those that are mobile and outside this area. Pocket change in our credit union. and so much our very popular missionary savings program and our student savings programs that help people learn how to save, but prepares them for what they want and need in the future. I'd like to take the opportunity at this time to thank the employees here at Beehive. It's a great staff, and they do their jobs very well. Not only do they do their jobs very well, they know how to do their jobs. And it's important to you as a member, they know who you are, and they still have that culture and the soul of Beehive that we talked about earlier. Also want to thank the members that has trust in us with your financial needs. We are on solid financial ground. We hope to be here for a long time, and we hope to have you take advantage of the things that we offer here at the credit union. And with that, I'd say thank you.
In 1675, Sir Isaac Newton wrote a letter to a fellow scientist, and in it he remarked that he stood on the shoulders of giants. I am humbled and honored to say that I stand on the shoulders of giants, the shoulders of great credit union pioneers who built this wonderful organization that we know today as Beehive Federal Credit Union. Some of these giants include Shane Berger, Arthur Carlson, Ken Papapus, and Eldred Stevenson. I appreciate their vision, their hard work, their dedication that they gave during their 10 years of leading this institution. And I look forward to building off their success with the amazing team of employees that we employ today. I regularly hear of organizations, and sadly too many credit union organizations, who have merged, and the reason they give is that their president and CEO was retiring, and they did not have a succession plan or the leadership from the board of directors to transition through that foreseeable event. I appreciate and thank Beehive's board of directors for providing leadership and long-term strategic vision, keeping Beehive independent and as the only financial institution headquartered here in Rexburg, Idaho. One of the rich traditions of Beehive is our board members. I know it's a blessing to have that wonderful university up on the hill close by, but this valley is full of hardworking business people, of skilled tradesmen, and courageous entrepreneurs. It's always provided us with a wealth of talent to put on the board of directors. And again, I just want to say it's been a strength, and I'd like to thank them on behalf of the 34,000 members and the 100+ employees that we have. So thank you, board members. Now, once again, Beehive finds ourselves in a market and an economy that can only be characterized as uncertain, confusing, crisis, and complexity. Politics is playing an increased role in the market. The Federal Reserve's role is changing, and it doesn't seem like that yesterday's rules are as relevant today. I want to assure all the members of Beehive Credit Union that decisions related to risk management are done with great care and concern here at Beehive. We practice conservative operating principles. This credit union was not established to take risks to enrich a few shareholders. Rather, it was created as a cooperation, wherein a common bond, a common group of people have gathered together to help each other and to help each other succeed with their financial needs. Last year, members entrusted Beehive with over $106 million in additional deposits. We are honored by your trust and will help find affordable products and services to help you manage you and your family's financial needs in the future. Lastly, I want to mention Beehive's ability to serve our self-employed members. We know that many of our business owners that have reached out over the years have asked us for help with their commercial needs. We knew that this was an important deal, and it took a few years to position ourselves so that we could offer a competitive and service-oriented products that could help them with their businesses. I'm excited to say that this hard work has paid off. We have a successful commercial loan department that has $42 million out to our members today. Our 4-person team has years of experience and have already proven to deliver our products and services with the speed and care that you've come to know from Beehive Credit Union, and we're excited about that. One brief example is the PPP program, a very time-sensitive program that was offered through the government for self-employed borrowers. Our commercial team reached out directly and took care of people's applications and reached funding quicker than other institutions were calling back members. The other thing I'm very proud of is it didn't matter what the business's net worth was, the size of that business, every member was called back and dealt with very quickly and in order. So I invite all of our self-employed members, please reach out to us. We have a great commercial team that's ready to serve you, and we look forward to that opportunity. And lastly, I'd just like to say thank you to the members of the credit union. Thank you those that have viewed this annual meeting. I look forward to working and serving with you in 2022 and beyond, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Craig. The Board of Directors of the Credit Union have no unfinished business at this time. Do any members know of any unfinished business that need to be discussed? Seeing none, the Board of Directors have no new business to conduct at this annual meeting. Are there any members that would like to discuss any new business? Thank you. Well, we'd like to, Jim, Terry, could you come up front here for just a second? Jim is, has been on the Board of Directors now for the past 12 years. And he's decided not to run this next term, for another term. And we'd like to congratulate him and thank him for all the services that he did. We have a card and a little gift certificate for you. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. We've used Jim as our guinea pig to being the mobile member. Jim's lived in St. George for
10 years.
last 10 years. And he's done business with the credit union through shared branching and mobile most of the time. And he's been able to tell us what's good and what's bad, what we're doing good and bad. And we've learned a lot. And we want to thank Jim for his service and thank him for being a very valued member of our board. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Now we'll have Doug Thompson, Chairman of the Supervisory Committee, announce the results of the election.
The results of the 2022 elections go to Kurt Gifford and Thane Robinson. And we congratulate them and look forward to working with them.
Thank you, Doug. I'd like to entertain a motion to destroy those ballots.
Jim Terry, I move that we destroy the ballots.
Jim Terry moves to destroy the ballots. Is there a second?
Beth Hendricks, I'll second.
Beth Hendricks with a second. All in favor, raise your hand. Thank you. All the businesses and activities of the 61st Annual Credit Union Meeting for Beehive has been completed. I would now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Annual meeting of the credit union.
Bonnie Peterson with a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Joshua Holt.
Joshua Holt with seconds to the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. We'd like to thank everyone for being here. Most of all, we want to thank our members, especially for those that have had trust in us of being members of the Beehive Federal Credit Union. Thank you.